Greetings YouTube, this is Remarkable Republican bringing you the truth with a truth-flavored bias, and today I would like to provide some new evidence on the Steven Avery case. So, normally I think that the prosecution is correct in murder cases because cops are not normally people who go around making up conspiracy theories and bullshit to convict people. And I think that the case the defense laid out in this case is mostly ridiculous. But I think that they could have done one thing that they didn't do, and I think if they do a retrial, this is something they need to really consider. So the reason I figured this out is because I was looking at Steven Avery's face while I was watching the Netflix documentary, and I happened to notice that he looks an awful lot like Brett Keane, the YouTube user and the guy who runs God TV Radio, International Network, and Games You Love. So I couldn't help but notice that they look alike, and I also kept in the back of my mind the fact that Brett Keane is a homosexual. So in this crime, the police say that Mr. Avery raped and murdered this woman and he had a big crush on her. But I was thinking about it and it doesn't really make sense. Because looking at Mr. Avery and looking at some of the girlfriends he supposedly had, I just don't buy this narrative that he is actually a heterosexual. So before he was convicted of raping someone who he never had any contact with at all, and his wife left him for reasons that we don't know, and his fiance left him and now really disparages him. And a lot of times when women turn against men, it's because the men are providing for them inadequately from a sexual standpoint, and one of the leading causes of sexual inadequacy is a closeted homosexuality. My point is that if Steven Avery is, as I suspect, a secret homosexual, then he will not be having enough sexual urge to seek out a woman to rape her in the first place. So that would be the line of attack that I would use if I were his new defense team, because I think that if you disprove the motive and you also have some of the gaps in the physical evidence, I think that this case is pretty much open and shut at that point. Anyway, let me know what you think. I think this is a fascinating case, and I'd love to talk more about it. Until then, I'm Remarkable Republican, bringing you the truth with a truth-flavored bias, signing out.